Welcome to the city of the Crimson Tower. This is a horror-themed campaign and as a result is 18 plus and listener discretion is advised. Our players are Lauren, Anna Margaret, Sally, Mav, and Maddie. And Ethan, that's me, will be your game master.
Something's wrong.
This is an adjoined bedroom where the maid clearly slept, and right in a small room nearby is that crib that was shrouded with spider webs. And upon saying what she did, the maid backs into the corner, pushing herself as far into it as she can go, and begins to cover her face.
Something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong.
Where is the child? You are to take care of him, are you not? Where is the child?
He was asleep there, last I remember. I just put him down, not 20 minutes ago.
It's okay. We're gonna find him together. Try to remember what you last heard or saw before we came into this room after you placed the baby away.
Her hand runs down her and presses into her abdomen.
I don't remember.
We'll help you try to remember.
As you say that, Gloria, she has her hand in front of her eyes and she doesn't seem to be listening to you. She's looking through her hand. And she is looking through it.
Hawthorne is going to walk up to her and look at her and go, "Now just take a deep breath. Breathe with me. You can do this. Take a deep breath. We're going to work through what happened. Do you remember the rest of your day? Just take a think."
The air smells strange. Why is this room such a mess? It's gone to... I just cleaned in here.
And she starts, she moves around to where dust has gathered heavily in the corner, and she gestures to it, exasperated.
Oh, I swear in this place, if I don't do it every 20 minutes, dust keeps gathering. Oh, I'm sorry. Was there something I could help you all with?
Well, firstly, I just want you to sit down.
Okay.
And she sits on the bed.
Ethan, if I look her over, can I notice any signs of, like, injury or wounds on her form?
Make me a healing check.
I don't know if I have that one. Which means
Actually, that would be notice. And just a rules reminder, if you don't have one, you can always roll something you're untrained in. It's just a d4 minus 2. So,
yeah, that's what I thought.
It's a little tough.
That was not very good. That was only a 4.
4 is the target number for most things in Savage Worlds. So, that's not bad. However, looking at her, no, you don't see anything. Let me correct that. You don't see any signs of wound, injury, or what you think might have led to her current unliving state. You do notice other things. She's very thin. Very thin. She also looks like she was, or is, quite lovely. but fear and how thin she is have certainly changed her appearance, but no wounds or blood or any ripped part of her clothing or anything like that.
I think. Oh, sorry. Oh, I think Karina is going to start looking around the room for human remains.
Hey, Brock, come here real quick. I don't think Miss Living Dead Girl over there knows she's working overtime. Okay, I don't think she's realized that she's clocked out and just working for free right now.
What? He leans in. He's sweating profusely. His hair is sticking to his forehead. His glasses are sliding down on his nose. He keeps pushing them up, grabbing the frames on either side. I wonder if maybe this whole place. And he just kind of like circles the room. And he comes in like he's telling the darkest secret is an illusion. What if this whole, it's a separate thing entirely?
Brock, what the fuck are you talking about, man? What do you mean illusion? Okay, like, I have real things in my hand. I'm not discounting what you're saying because I did see a fucking head inside of a damn suit of armor like a few minutes ago, but you guys didn't fucking see that I saw it. You thought I was fucking dumb, but no, I know what I fucking saw.
Whoa. Never dumb. Mm-mm.
Sorry.
Not dumb, 9, just mistaken.
But
I believe you.
Excuse you? I wasn't mistaken about anything that I saw. Okay? All right? You think you saw a baby, okay, in the fucking room over there. It's kind of getting a little bit temper right now. Just being called dumb. See, I know what I fucking saw, right?
I saw a swaddled form. That could be easily faked. A head in a helmet that disappears is fucked, for lack of better terms.
But you picked up the swaddled form and the baby disappeared?
It could have been mistaken.
It's not logical.
She's gonna start like looking under the bed now.
As she starts looking under the bed, I have a lot of experience looking for random, obscure, lost items because I'm really good at losing things. And so this is actually one of my strengths. Is it possible that I could kind of search through some of the debris, seeing if I could find like an indication of like how long it's been? It's like a paper or a note. Like we found the letter downstairs. Can I look for more of that? Like maybe a pay stub or like something?
I just want to make sure. You can absolutely do that. I just want to make sure I know exactly what you're looking for. If I understood correctly, you're looking for evidence of, like, how long it's been?
Yeah, well, because she's dead, but, like, doesn't seem to... 9, I don't think she knows what happened. And I think we need to start looking for clues about how long it's been since this happened.
So, I believe Karina also said was going to look around for different things. So go ahead and make me those rolls. And I believe Brock was saying something when I interrupted, and then I saw Hawthorne.
He is going to, after listening to everyone, he is going to go to crack his back, his hands on the small. You hear the crack, and then he kind of throws his coat back onto his shoulders and then resumes his hunched position. My cynicism aside, Zinga, my cynicism aside, I do agree that she has no idea. And he like kind of like covers it away from her. That she's not among the living. Let's figure it out.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a body somewhere.
Can you sniff it out? Is that okay to say?
Currently looking for is a body. If you want, you can check the nursery room. I'm checking this room.
Absolutely not.
Come on, Brooke. Come on.
I would not like to. I would not like. Okay.
You are very moist. What is this? Come on.
It's a glandular thing. I have a condition. I'm working on the perfect moisturizing cocktail to satiate my consistent. It's not important. We can talk about it later.
On the glandular note, so we had 2 notice checks. From Karina, there was a 6, and Gloria, there was a 5. So the 2 of you are looking around. This bedroom here has a large bed, not quite as large as the master bedroom, but for hired help, it's a nice bed. There's also 2 end tables and a wardrobe. The end tables have dust, little bits of what look like potentially like rat droppings in there, dead insects curled up in the corner, nothing really of interest. The wardrobe, fairly similar. There looks like there was a article of clothing once left in here, but it has fallen away to whatever fabric-eating insects might live in the walls. With that being all that you find, usually you don't find that in places that have been recently occupied. So while there isn't a ton in here, sometimes that in and of itself can be information.
Karina, I can't really tell. Like, I don't really understand. Why is everything in such disarray?
I don't know. Like, the last 2 floors were beautiful and perfectly polished, like newly oiled. Why is this place so fucked up? Also, there's nothing here. She looks like she starved to death, like she was stuck somewhere, yet we walked through this door like it was nothing. It doesn't make sense.
Well, you guys, nothing has really made sense, so... Nine, what do you think?
9 has walked over to the crib and grabbed the swaddling blanket to, I mean, if there's a kid somewhere here, and he's going to sniff to see if he can find the scent of the kid.
You start getting the scent, and as you have the blanket, you don't hear any footsteps because there aren't any. But suddenly, right by your shoulder, "What are you doing?" "That's Walter's. I can't just have strange men coming in here sniffing the baby's blankets."
Hey, look, you want to find the kid? I got a good sniffer. Resets it.
"Do you mean find him? Who are you?"
Me? My name's 9. Yes, like Catholics have 9 lives. Go ahead and say the joke. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Get it out of your system. Me and my...
Oh, I get it. No, like the 9 lives in your...
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I know. You like that, huh? I know. My mom named me that. It's great. But no, me and my compatriots here were sent by the other kids.
Oh, Rose and
Thorn?
Thorn.
Yeah.
They are such sweet babes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Such cute children.
They were real nice. They said that there was something going on in here and to come look out for you and their parents and their baby brother.
Oh,
So,
what precious bairns. Worrying about little old me. No, I'm fine.
yes, you are. I see that you're okay. And, you know, you could have been just cleaning, and maybe the parents or whoever else is here may have taken the baby for a walk. I don't know about kids. I don't know fucking kids. I don't know what they do. But, taking them for a walk or something. Is that what you do for kids? Walk them?
Oh, yes, if Walter isn't here, he's certainly with Mr. or Mrs. Durst.
Where would they be in the house? It's a really big house.
They might be in their bedroom or perhaps downstairs. Mr. Durst is fond of his library. Maybe he's in there with the boy.
Hey, what was your name again? I'm sorry, I took too many things to the ringer.
Margot.
Margot. Okay, nice to meet you, Miss Margot. Do you mind just showing us around the house, though? Like, because it is a big house, and we want to do this the right way, and you seem that you know pretty good things about this house, okay? And, we don't want to be walking in no doors we don't need to be walking into. We don't want to see what everything's happening, We might walk in on the missus in the midst of just, going at it. We don't want to do that. That's bad news. We're bad guests. We don't want to do that.
Could you please make a persuasion check, please?
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh.
She is coming with us.
Yeah, she's coming with us.
At 28?
Whoa! You exploded 4 times!
She's
and
our
then got a
ghost for the rest
5?
of the game.
Hey, look, I got good stamina. What do you mean?
Jesus! That was insane rolling. Okay.
Of course. If you'll wait outside, give me just a moment to freshen up. I will be right out.
Yeah, no problem. Everyone, let's go. Let's go wait outside.
Alrighty, I will follow outside.
As Hawthorne walks out, he turns to the people around him and goes, "You guys think she's gonna remember that we're standing out here?"
I don't know.
Need to remind her, possibly?
I'm starting to wonder if we need to investigate the basement where the children said the parents went.
Go to the top. Go to the bottom. Where do you want to go, Gloria? We're going
Honestly,
where you wanna
out of
go.
here. Out of here is where I want to go. But I try to whisper so it's not super loud. We lost all 3 children. Well, we as a group. Karina, I think you pretty handily lost the baby on your own. We should probably try to find her.
What if these kids are dead, Gloria?
I'm starting to think Hawthorne's right about that. Like, kids don't just fucking vanish. I don't know how much experience you have with children, but they do not typically vanish.
So I don't have much experience with children, but I do have a lot of experience with solid beings, like organisms, and typically they don't disappear. Yes, I'll agree on that.
While this conversation is happening, Brock, could you roll me a notice check with a -2?
Well, you don't see anything with a 1.
But you just see this same 3rd floor landing, the red marble staircase going down, the double doors you investigated earlier to the north that led to the master bedroom, the door to the bathroom, and once again the broken light fixtures on the wall here.
There was sweat in my eyes.
You do notice one thing. And just a reminder, there is no light up here on this floor. You all have been functioning from the lights of 2 flashlights. So everything is illuminated by those big, slightly flickering circles of yellowish light. And Brock, you notice the wallpaper here. It looks like it once had color, but whatever color was printed or painted into it has faded to gray.
You can still make out a shadow of the design, though. And it seems to be woodland scenes of trees, falling leaves, tiny critters. But, and I'm also giving this to you because of where you used your sleuth. Edge, last time, was at the doorway inside the master bedroom, and you would have been able to see the wallpaper from the doorway. So, it is a woodland scene, with all those things I said. Tiny woodland critters, beautiful trees. But there are more sinister elements that you begin to notice. Trees, yes, but nooses with corpses in them, painted hanging from those trees. Worms, parasites, maggots worming their way out of those hanged corpses and out of some of the woodland critters. It's all very wrong, especially to have as a wallpaper in a home.
As he sees this, he's bringing his hands together, and then wipes it on his jacket. And as he sees this transformation in the imagery of the wallpaper, oh my!
Is everything okay, Brock? And I'm gonna come up with one of the flashlights because I was holding it and shine it on the wallpaper to grant more light. What'd you see?
Oh, most definitely not. But it seems as if the innocence of what was here before was corrupted from the inside out, from the foundation to the walls. It's like an infection.
Like the doors downstairs? Same kind of thing?
This whole place. And he gets somber and collected as he leans in. This whole place is dangerous.
I think she forgot to come outside. I think we should remind her, and I think we should go downstairs. I don't like this floor.
It's funny that you think she would remember.
Hey, Mona, you okay in there?
I think it was Margot.
Margot, sorry, this place plays tricks on your brain. Hey, it's okay, it's whatever. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I know it started with an M, okay? I know a lot of people with M names.
Hawthorne's gonna peek his head inside the room and take a look to see if Margot is there.
The room appears to be empty.
You guys, I don't see her. I gotta go further in or something. So he starts walking into the room without anybody talking to anybody. He just starts walking straight into the room. Going to the nursery is my guess because there's no one in the main room.
Should we follow?
Raging Bull's okay. I think he's fine.
Hawthorne, as you go in there, could you make me a notice check? Also with -2.
A flashlight, or did he just walk in there in the dark?
Hawthorne does have a flashlight,
Okay,
one of the
okay.
two. Ooh. With a 0, you are very focused on the task at hand, and the nickname Raging Bull, I think, in this moment kind of fits, because once you peeked your head in, didn't notice Margot anywhere, so just slam the door open and start pushing the
like nightstands around looking behind the freestanding wardrobe.
Okay, maybe you might need some help. Okay, he's knocking stuff over in there. Hawthorne, you good in there? What's going on? I'm just gonna walk
I
in
can't
there.
find her, man. I can't find her.
9. Make me that same notice check with a -2.
Maybe we should be checking out some of the other rooms. Like, could she have wandered into the master bedroom, or would she have gone somewhere?
I mean, we can peek in if you want, Gloria.
I guess maybe while they're looking in there, should we just look in here?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
I'll just I'm gonna hold my hand out to Gloria because I've got one of the lights.
I'll hesitate a moment, and then I'll place my hand in yours to walk
Alright.
towards the.
She will hold your hand quite tight, and then she'll lead the way into the master bedroom.
Okay. First, 9. Even with a -2, you got an 8, which is a success and a raise. So, you notice 2 things. The first thing is, when you step in here, you are quite confident. You just do a quick look around and you don't see Margot anywhere in here. But the second thing that you do notice in here is next to the wardrobe, there is a faint outline of where something used to be on the wall. Looks like maybe a mirror. Full-length mirror. And it's that slight discoloration of the wall here that makes you focus on this area a little bit more. And you notice the faintest outline indented into the wall in the shape of a door.
So, I've never told what Nine's night vision looks like, or dark vision. So Nine's eyes do what all cats do when they're in the dark. They kind of glow just in the dark and fixate to where they are. So they are large when he's looking around, and when he narrows in on something, he sees it and kind of gets down to like a cat stalking motion. He knows the other 2 are behind him, and he kind of just puts his hands up just for a second and points to where the indention would be, and he walks over there, and he's a strong boy, so he's just going to move it out the way, and it's like, hey, found this. So I found this door here. Like something seems off.
As 9 says that, the camera cuts to Gloria and Karina walking into the master bedroom using this flickering flashlight. And each one of you gasps as for a second you see Margot standing in front of the fireplace and looking up towards the portrait of Mr. and Mrs. Durst. And then she sees you, I shouldn't be here, and runs through the wall.
We found her.
We did find her. Where are you going, Margot? It's okay. We're not gonna tell on you.
Is there
Just come
something
with us.
wrong with our appearance? I feel like people keep running. Here, hold on. I'm gonna pull out my compact and try to like powder my face a bit, maybe straighten my hair.
I'll be honest, Gloria. I think you look perfectly fine. I don't think that's why she's running.
Oh, should we look at the portrait, baby?
Sure. And I'll lead her closer to the portrait, and we will take a closer look for anything that seems odd or unusual about this portrait. I want to look at the emotions on the faces of the individuals.
I want to know why she was looking at it.
So, the painting here is a portrait of what looks like a husband and wife, and they look familiar. They are younger versions of the parents you saw in the family portrait a floor below. They seem... It's not like you smile for a portrait, but they seem content, and you can tell through simply the embrace that there is love there. And there isn't anything unusual about the portrait, save for the contrast in the woman's face compared to the previous one. And by seeing this facial expression, now obviously portraits always have artistic license, even in this era of photography. People still go back to the classics of painting for a reason, because of the artistic interpretation. So maybe that wasn't quite an accurate one, but she doesn't look nearly as... Her eyes don't cut nearly as hard in this portrait as they did in the family portrait. And as you know, the two of you observe the painting, it's at that point that you hear Nine's voice from just a little distance over, saying that he found something.
We should go see what they want, but first, can you try to... Can you see in the dark? If we turned off the light, could we see if this portrait changes too?
I can't see in the dark, but I could try.
I can't either.
Firelight, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe. Oh, I mean, you were feeling the portrait downstairs.
I could try touching it. I'll flick off the light, hand the flashlight to Gloria so I have a free hand while still holding her hand, and I'm going to reach out and just run my hand along the canvas and the frame to feel if there's anything odd about it.
Okay. As you start feeling at the portrait, there is a sudden loud sound that comes from, it sounds like a floor below. Maybe a piece of furniture scraping against the floor. Maybe something falling. Maybe it was just the walls of this old house moving.
That could be completely unrelated, but like, maybe.
I will say, you don't feel any gashes, tears, or anything unusual in this portrait.
Okay. Does it lift from the wall? Is there anything behind it?
Don't notice anything of interest back there.
Okay. I'm sure that noise was unrelated. Let's go back.
Brock, what have you been up to this whole time?
While everyone else was deciding they were going to go investigate things, Brock is standing there uncomfortably, and this is the devil I know, where he was standing. So I'm just gonna stand. Card, this spot. I know that this one is okay, and I can see everybody else. Kind of. That's it.
I love that logic. Nope. If I move, something bad could happen. Sounds like someone who's played old school D&D. Hawthorne.
Hawthorne comes and pokes his head out because Nine screamed and nobody has come yet, and pokes his head, sees Brock.
Oh, yeah.
Sees Brock and like, Brock, come on, get on in here with me. And is going to reach out and try and grab his arm and pull him in.
He goes.
We'll slowly make our way in as well, through the attached door.
So, you all are going in and going through that door that Nine found? Wonderful. So the door pushes open. There is some plaster that seems to have been put over it. But 9, with long claws, just kind of and is able to push the door inward, revealing a cobweb-filled wooden staircase leading up.
From when I was outside the building, I did notice a 4th floor.
You did indeed.
I mean, we may as well head up.
Who's leading?
I don't mind taking lead. Me and 9 can lead.
Looks like we're going up, but... Gloria, did you see anything when you flew up there earlier?
I was pretty focused on trying to find a bedroom, but I do remember seeing the 4th floor, and I think that's the top. I want to say it's the attic.
All right, then I guess we're all going up then. Good job, Angel.
I kind of try to look around the people in front of me to smile at 9.
You all begin to climb up these old, creaking wooden stairs, pushing away cobwebs so you don't choke on them. And you arrive in a bare hall. Keep in mind, I'm using hall in the older sense of the term, not a straight line with doors off of it, but a central space where the other rooms are attached. There are 4 doors that you see here, not counting the one that you just came through. And on one of them, there is a heavy, rusted padlock.
Yeah, locked doors keep secrets most of the time.
Was
the
just
only
going
one
to say the same thing.
Yeah, see, there you go. 2 minds think alike. I like you. I like that. You know what? Hey, Raging Bull. Arthur, come here. Me
Yeah.
you. We break that
what do
lock
you need?
together.
You guys,
mean,
there's
9,
a
I
ton
can
of
just
other doors.
it.
Can we try
What?
the other doors first? I mean, we've passed every door we have seen that we didn't need to go through. Maybe there is something in those rooms that we might need. Anybody? No?
Not a bad idea.
I mean, we can unlock this, but are we going to go through? Are we going to be able to come back out? All of these are very nice ideas. And then he's just going to go straight into the room to his left, which is left of the locked door, and he's going to just walk into this room.
First of all, Benny, for being impulsive. You push into this first door, the door creaking, and it's looks like a spare bedroom of sorts. It's a dust-choked room, a slender bed, nightstand, small iron stove, a little desk with a stool. Very dusty. Everything in here is tones of faded gray and brown. It is colorless in here. Nothing else really of interest.
Anything interesting in there, Hawthorne, or shall we go behind the lock?
I don't see anything straight off, but, I don't have eyes like Brock does. But it looks like a bare room. It might have something in a closet or a drawer. We might have a hidden room in here. Who knows? But, yeah, you guys are right. There's not much.
Hey, Raging Bull,
There's
you're
still
good.
2
You're
other
doing
doors
good.
for what it's worth.
We could check the other doors and do the locked door last, Hawthorne, if you wanted to use the scientific method to try to eliminate all other possibilities before the one that seems most obvious.
You know what? I don't mind either way. I got my brass knuckles. I got my billy club. I'm happy. But, there might be things that we need behind the other doors.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let's
check
unlock
out.
this.
Let's check out the other doors.
Oh, now everybody's all for all.
All right, we'll check the other doors.
We were for your idea. What the fuck?
Ethan, can I look around for like a metal stick or pipe or something like about a few inches long, pretty thin?
Here in this hall,
Or
you
like
don't
in the rooms?
see. So you would have to look around in the room, and I would say the first thing, looking into the room that Hawthorne already opened. I mean, there's a small iron stove. It's possible you could break off part of it, or find a piece of it that, if you're just looking for something that you can use to break the padlock.
Is there a fire poker at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take one of those, and I will
It's not a fire poker. It's very similar, but it's the one that has like the little shovel on the end of it for getting rid of the ash.
I will take that, and I'm just going to go and lean against the locked door.
Got it. The rest of you, which of the two other doors are you checking out? There are two to the south of this hall. Left, right.
Let's go right.
You approach the door to the right, and all of you who are approaching, make notice checks. Feel free to shout out what you got.
I got a 6.
Ooh, 6.
6 for 9, 6 for Hawthorne.
7.
7 for Brock.
8 for me.
8 for Gloria. Dang. So, all of you notice, as you approach the door, the sound of wood rhythmically creaking. And Gloria, because you got a raise, you recognize it as the sound of a rocking chair.
Do you guys hear that?
I mean, yeah.
Sure do.
It sounds like someone rocking.
Is there someone there?
9 would like to open the door slowly.
You open the door slowly and the noise grows louder. You continue pushing it open, and it reveals a very similar room to the one that Hawthorne investigated previously, another small guest bedroom, or more likely, given the era, maybe for hired help who stayed overnight. But the difference is, as you push open, you see a rocking chair. But it is stark still, and as soon as you push the door open enough to see it, the sound stops. And placed in that rocking chair is a smiling porcelain doll with a lacy yellow dress, cobwebs draping over the chair and over the doll and over the rockers of the chair.
Nope.
Brock is going to reach through everyone and close the door. No. That is what we call a cursed item. Okay.
Oh, I thought it looked kind of pretty. Like with a little bit of cleaning, I kind of like it.
Hey, Angel. Look here. Dolls hide the souls of people, all right? That's what I was always grown up to be. You never look a doll in the eyes because it belongs to another soul body. It'll take your soul, okay?
Then shouldn't we destroy it?
Silly.
We should destroy
What
it.
did you guys find? What's going on? I'm just gonna
We gotta destroy this thing.
wander up from behind holding my little shovel. What's
that?
going on?
Brock moves out of the way. After you, I will stay right on this floorboard, and he'll fit his feet right into the little floorboard to where they don't cross, where it meets the other floorboards.
Okay. She'll walk past Brock and into the room.
So we found this weird, kooky looking doll here. I don't fuck with dolls. All right, I punch any man out in the face, doesn't matter. But dolls, they fucking terrify me. I'm not gonna lie to you, but they do.
9, are you scared of a piece of glass, of porcelain?
Playing with a doll takes a lot of emotional intelligence. It takes a lot of imagination. It's something that you can work towards.
I have imagination.
They're generally made to remember somebody, so they can be sentimental.
What if the doll was in a rocking chair, the rocking chair was moving on its own, and then all of a sudden, whenever you open the door, you finally see the rocking chair, it stops moving?
I mean,
there you go.
That's kind of fucked up, not gonna lie.
We should probably save the doll. There's definitely weird stuff happening.
Well, I can go in there and grab it for you, Gloria, if you want. I still kind of feel bad for
Let's just
snapping
look at it. Well, let's just look at it.
Okay.
Let's just look at it. I want to go into the room.
Destroy the doll if you guys bring it with us. It is cursed.
I will hold my hand out to Gloria again, and with the flashlight, lead her in towards the rocking chair to look at the doll.
What? Is the rocking chair moving again?
You never saw it move.
When the door was closed, did we hear it move?
When the door was... Oh, when all of you walked outside and closed the door?
Because the door was closed
in
between.
No.
Okay. No. Okay. I will lead Gloria in, and we'll head towards the door.
Is there anything weird about it, or does it just look like a doll? Like a pretty porcelain doll with lacy...
Not really. It does look like it was loved. It's, parts of the dress, the stitching has come undone. There are little stains where probably some dirty fingers once held it. But, no, just looks like a doll.
Okay, this is very... Okay, I collect porcelain dolls, but does it resemble any of the portraits we have seen in this house? Like hair color, any sort of semblance to anyone we've seen in this house?
A fantastic question. And I would watch that. But no, it's too generic. It doesn't have that level of detail. It's a very... the design of the face is very simple. The little bit of blush for rosy cheeks, a little mouth, pinprick eyes, the straight line eyelashes. It's not a very detailed portrait of whomever was the inspiration.
Alrighty. I will pick up the doll and pass it to Gloria.
Maybe we could try to get the kids to come back, like if it was one of theirs.
That is a great idea, because honestly, losing these children is fucking awful.
I feel pretty bad. I feel pretty bad about it. I'm going to kind of dust off the doll a little bit, take a cursory look around the room, and then move back out to the hall where we can find the other doors.
And now there are 2 doors that you've opened and 2 doors that you have not. One of those 2 doors has the padlock on it. Gloria begins to wipe away the cobwebs on this doll, and it doesn't move, doesn't make any strange sounds or vibrate. Just seems to be a doll.
Nine, I'm hoping that maybe the children, like Rose, maybe we could lure them back with one of their toys.
You know what? Look, I trust you with that, okay? I feel safe knowing that you got it and you know what you're doing with it and everything. You know, Angel, it's all good.
If you really feel uncomfortable, we could leave it.
No, it's do it for the kids. I will set aside my differentiations towards dolls for you. I will do it for you. You know, you make me a little bit braver when with dolls and stuff. Let's go to the other room, okay? Let's go to the other room. Okay, yeah.
I will just follow Nine wherever he goes. To
Just in
last room, I
general.
assume.
Just in general.
Just follow that.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
So let's open up this next door.
So the last unlocked room. This door opens and leads into, as your flashlights shine in before you enter, a much larger room. A dusty chamber packed with what looks like old furniture, larger household items, and they're all covered with dusty white sheets. Just, it looks like it's a storage room. But it's, compared to the other rooms here, like compared to the bedrooms, 2-3 times the size. So there are at least 8 or 9 larger, bulky items in here with sheets over them, along with smaller ones.
As Hawthorne walks towards the room, he's gonna stop at Brock, and he's gonna turn. He's gonna grab him by the chin and lift up his chin to look up at him and go, "We need your eyes on this. Come on."
And he's gonna wipe his hands on the lapels of his jacket. Okay. And he is going to close his eyes and take one big step forward into the room. And he is going to sweep his eyes as quickly as he can and utilize his sleuth.
I'm telling you, that was a smart edge for someone to take.
Yeah, I kind of thought so.
Auto finding everything in a room? Yes, please. So,
spend that Benny.
So spend that Benny, and I get a Benny because of the rule that we're using.
Thanks
of
for putting
tough
the quarter
choices, I only get a Benny if someone spends a Benny. And I get to use them the same way that the players do. So that's a fun little alternate rule. Now, Brock, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
For this sleuth use. Given that you're not currently on a time crunch in that there's no one chasing you or anything like that, you have a minute or two. How does this use of sleuth manifest?
2 ways. So within himself, it is like, have you ever like heard something really loud and your ears kind of ring and it dulls everything and then it gets louder? That's for him when he closes his eyes and he opens them, and then he gets this kind of pulse. What you see from him is removing the sweat from his palms, taking a big deep breath, closing his eyes, and he puts his hands in his pockets, and you hear something jingling, but you don't see anything. And then he sees,
So, hands in your pockets, looking around. To almost everyone else, certainly to us viewers, the ambiguous shapes under the sheets are exactly that, ambiguous, but not to you. Those over there are 2 chairs that are stacked on top of each other under that sheet. That one's a standing mirror. A few dress mannequins under those sheets over there. There's a old disconnected iron stove that maybe was used at one point to heat a different part of the house. But there's another sheet over something there, and this one you can tell already is a large luggage trunk. And you walk over to that one and you pull the sheet off, and you see this crocodile leather large suitcase. This was clearly not these are not suitcases that fit on planes. These were used for train travel, sea travel. Large trunk, brass corner accents. And you know there's something interesting inside here.
As he, because he's just looking in the room, he will walk in, and not taking his hands out of his long coat, he will point with his left. That feels important.
9. When Brock pulled the sheet off of this leather trunk, it caused a small wind gust, bringing a scent to your nose. A scent of dried blood. And so when Brock points at the trunk, your eyes were already focused on it.
Yeah. Hey, let me open this one, okay? It's, my sniffer's working overtime right now. 9's going to carefully walk over. Confidently, but carefully walk over. So, you know how we were possibly entertaining the idea of looking for a body of sorts?
Yes.
Opens the trunk.
Oh.
You all smell it. And 9, as you open the trunk, Brock and you are the first to see in. There's a body in here wrapped in a ripped, tattered bed sheet. Dried pools of blood staining it.
Karina's gonna walk beside 9 and kind of take a second. Do you mind if I check something, 9?
9 looks at everyone's disgusted faces of the smell. 9's face has not changed. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Karina's has not changed either. She's going to kneel next to the body, and I want to see if I can't figure out whether it is the maid, like basically whose face.
Make
It
me
once
a
was.
healing check.
Right, I really should have taken that.
While that's happening, Hawthorne is just randomly starting to pull sheets off of things around him. Just to see things. Like the mirror. So he's looking in the mirror, yeah.
5. Good, that's a success. So, 2 things. 1, you have to unwrap the body a little bit. It's almost entirely skeletal. And the little bit that does remain has been in this curled position for so long that it's mummified in that posture. And You are still able to notice a few things, though. This woman died from multiple stab wounds to the abdomen. And from just the little bit of hair that still clings to the scalp, the hair color does match that of Margot. And then, with that connection, you look and you find little bits of clothing that were still stuck to this body that hadn't fully rotted away. And it's the outfit that you saw her wearing.
I think we found Margot. Ethan, can I use either like academics? I know I can't remember much of my past, but I want to try to age the body if that's possible. Like figure out about how long
it's been dead.
How long it's been there.
Well, that would be a healing check, which you just made right there, and this would be part of it as well. At least 5 years?
Okay.
At least. And the only thing that makes you say at least is you're confident enough to say it's old, but you've already had some interesting inconsistencies with time. And so you aren't really sure. But you do know it's certainly not fresh.
All right. And you said the fabric was like, was the fabric rotted off as well?
So the blanket that was around her was still mostly intact. It showed definite signs of age as well, but it was mostly her body that had decomposed.
Okay. I will cover her face up once again with the bedsheet, say a few words, and take a step back. It's almost certainly Margot. I don't think we're looking for a living child anymore. But whoever did this.
9 will reach into his pocket and pull out 2 little copper-looking coins. And, yeah, sorry, kid. And we'll put them on Margot's eyes. You know, here's your fare. That way you can get there where you belong. Pay your way.
So, the 5 of you still stand in this storage room, now with most of the sheets ripped down, revealing the freestanding mirror, the antique chairs that had padded chairs. But the most interesting aspect is the body that you presume belonged to Margot, lying in front of you.
Okay, well, no least, we put her at rest. Let's go find the rest of those fucking kids. And literally let's get the fuck up out of here. Okay?
I found this to pry the rusted lock. I'm assuming it's gonna work, and I'm just gonna start heading out the door.
All right. Who is
I'm
going
gonna
to
quickly close the chest before we leave, just to try to stifle the smell a little.
You got a weak stomach?
Yeah.
It's okay. You get used to it after a while.
Oh, yeah. Are you used to it?
when you look like me and my hands look like this, you get into a lot of fights, and they talk about the way I look, and I just punch them in the face, and then, hey, you wake up in a jail cell, and you just wake up next day or in a hotel room. Oh, my nose hurts, or my back hurt. What's this knife doing in my shoulder? It's fine. You get a free knife. There you go. Boom. Yeah. My line of work perverts me to be in a very dangerous situations and have to come up with, I'll bet, more dangerous situations to get out of said situations.
Well, I'll have to lean on your expertise on that then. Because based off of what we've seen at this house so far, I'm kind of concerned that we might be running into more of these types of situations.
Hey, I'll keep you safe, Angel. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to scooch a little closer as we leave the room.
So, who is going to try to break the lock?
Okay. Karina is going to put the poker in a way that will allow as much torque as possible. And then she will just look over towards Hawthorne. If you don't mind.
You want me to twist it? Is that what you're looking for here?
Just crank it right down. It should pop this lock.
I haven't had somebody tell me that since I was in bed with them. Okay, here, let me... So he kind of squats down because it's pretty far down there, and he's too tall. He's like, I've never been this is weird. And he tries to get the poker into this thing. What agility even is this?
So this is going to be a strength check, because Karina's got the wedge all set up, or the lever, I guess, all set up there for you, and all you have to do is walk up to it and pull. So
okay.
Strength check.
Okay, so it's
Ethan,
like
sorry.
No,
Ethan,
go.
can I
Fine.
argue an academics check to give her some sort of advantage on this?
because I'm not very smart at all.
With figuring out the best way to get as much
the fact
leverage,
that you
some
have the
statistics.
tool and used it in such a way is what is even allowing you to make the strength check.
Okay,
Because
okay.
without the tool, there's no point. You're not going to break a padlock with your hands. So it's only the fact that you did that even allows it to be possible as it is.
Okay,
So
okay.
Hawthorne, you can make a strength check.
I got a 5.
That is a success. You pull back, and there is a kink as it breaks, and bits and pieces of it tinkle to the ground. And the door is
Well,
unlocked.
look at that, you guys. I did it.
Good job, you two.
Can I take that back, Hawthorne?
This is mine now. I was just using it.
Are you serious right now?
You don't like sharing, do you?
I would
No
like it.
southern hospitality for you, eh? And then he holds out the whatever it is, and he's like, "Here, beautiful. Take it."
Thank you. She will grab it and open the door.
The first thing that you notice as you open this door is the fact that the windows are bricked up. The other exterior rooms you've gone to have had faint gray light, maybe just a crack of it, between heavy velvet drapes. But none in here. The window is flanked by 2 wood-framed beds sized for children. To the right of the door, only about 7 or 8 feet away, there is a dollhouse. A dollhouse that, as you walk in and the flashlight traces over it, you all can't help but notice is a perfect replica, at least the front of it is, of the building that you walked into. At the foot of each bed, there are painted toy chests. Look like they were painted by the children themselves. Everything in here is draped with cobwebs. And at first, your eyes are so focused on the dollhouse that your flashlight lingers there as you walk forward, and it's only by a stroke of luck that one of your flashlights traces in front of you before you step on the two small skeletons curled in the middle of the floor, wearing tattered, familiar clothing. The smaller of the two is cradling a stuffed dog.
I don't understand why the door would be locked.
I think the kids were trapped in here. Ethan, can I walk over to the dollhouse? Is it one of those dollhouses that has like the solid front and the open back so you can see all the rooms?
As you go and look at it before touching it, it looks like there are small hinges that would allow at least one of the sides, if not more, to open. So yes, you would be able to see inside.
She's gonna very gingerly, very carefully open it. Are there figures in there? Are there dolls? And if there are, do they look like the family?
You reach to open the dollhouse wall, one of the facades, and you hear, "Please be careful. It's fragile."
I promise I will be careful.
And see the two children that you saw outside, standing near the bricked up window and walking towards you.
Damn.
In the time that she was walking towards the dollhouse, Hawthorne went into the other room and grabbed one of the sheets. And so whenever he comes back and he sees the kids, he's tossing a sheet over their skeletons.
Take a Benny for that. That's wonderful.
Without looking up, Karina's gonna finish opening up the dollhouse.
Make me a notice check while you are looking inside. And while Karina is investigating inside, what are the rest of you doing?
Oh, we were worried about you. Do you remember talking to us before?
Yes, I'm sorry I ran off. I wasn't. We weren't thinking quite right then. I think we're thinking a little more right now. We were talking about it, and we remembered some more things that might help. That there was a monster, and our mama and papa, they locked us in here to keep us safe from it. That way, well, Thorn sometimes would wander off when I was playing.
And the boy gives a little bit of a harumph gesture, putting his hands on his hips.
Well, you do.
Well, I'm glad we found you again. Is this doll yours?
Oh, yes. Oh, I thought I'd lost it.
I found it in the other room. I'm gonna set it carefully on the bed.
And she just watches you do it, and as she traces Gloria walking over,
I think Mama took Walter to the basement. I think. I remember hearing that. I think I heard someone say that. Please, please. Now you know where they are. Please, can you help them?
We will. Rose, right?
Rosa.
Rosa, can you give me a tour with your dollhouse? I'm assuming it's similar to your real house.
Oh, yes! And she drops down onto her knees in that way that kids do, and just squats down there, butt on heels, and begins to show you all the different rooms. And she starts on the first floor. That's where Papa reads his books and smokes his cigars. That's the dining room, and that's on the second floor. That one right there, that's the library. That's the music room. And there's Mama and Papa's room. There's Margot's room. Here's the staircase leading here, and she points out all the rooms that are up here on this floor. As she points out the things on this level to you, you look at the rooms here, and what did you get on your notice check?
I got a 6 on my notice check.
Yeah, this all makes sense. This all tracks. Oh, you notice on the third floor that in the third floor hall, there was also a hidden door leading to the attic.
Oh.
Just on the opposite side. Oh, you missed that the first time. And there's a hidden door, at least in here. There's a door in the storage room. And you didn't notice a door there.
Hey, see? Where does this door go to? And I'm going to point to the door in the storage room.
Mm-hmm.
You've never been there?
Mm-mm.
Is there a basement on this depiction of the house?
No. Which does track because it would go underground.
Also, is
So
there...
that would be a really cool dollhouse.
Right? Is there dolls?
There are not dolls in here. It's just the dollhouse.
Okay. Rosie, did you have dolls that went in this house, or was it just the house?
Mm-hmm, I have dolls. And she points at her toy chest.
I'm gonna go over there, gently open up the toy chest, kind of looking at Rosie, like kind of trying to reassure her that I'm not gonna be rough or anything. And I want to look at the dolls and see if they depict the family or not.
Looking at them, they look... Children's toys have advanced a lot since the 1940s inspired era, and unfortunately, they are, on the whole, very generic, plain, not clear representations. There are 2 smaller ones that do look like an adult male, adult female, but they aren't detailed in a lot of respects.
Thank you, Rosie. I will leave these with you. There's a door in the storage room. We might want to check that out.
Hey, Rosa, did you tell us where the basement door was? To get downstairs?
Thorn, the younger boy, for the first time, speaks up, and he says, "That door right there goes to the basement." And he points to the one in the storage room. I went down. You weren't supposed to go down. I didn't go far.
Thank you,
Good job.
Thorn.
I'm going to look over at Thorn and I'm going to go, "You're doing a great job, son. I just want you to know that."
And he gets a big chubby cheek grin as his corpse is a few feet away from the spectral image of him.
See, and Thorn, did your parents lock this door often? Like, were you put to bed and the door locked every night? Why is there a lock on your door?
Not every night, but it did happen a few nights.
Was
Just
there a
when the
reason for it?
monsters were there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you ever try to get out? Were you ever left here for a long time and felt like you couldn't get out?
They look at each other for a second. And there is a spasmodic shift as each one of them clutches their stomachs. So hungry. And then as soon as it came, they straighten up.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. Should we?
We're going to investigate the basement.
Yeah, we're gonna go find your brother and your mom and your dad, and we will bring them to you.
And we have your dolly back.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for helping. Thank you. We were so scared before we found you. Thank you.
It's gonna be okay. Just stay here, okay?
We will.
We give you
Come on,
permission
Thorn.
to jump on the bed. Jump on the bed. Go have some fun.
And Rosa had been calling Thorn over to the dollhouse, but as soon as Hawthorne says that, his head snaps over to Hawthorne and snaps back to Rosa, who just gives a and he jumps onto the bed, but it's just the dust on the bed remaining entirely unmoved. No sound, no creaking.
Okay. Hawthorne 9, can you give me a hand? And Karina is going to wrap the two skeletons up and just gently move them out of this room and like just kind of place them against one of the walls in the main hall area so they're just out of the way.
So when you turn to look at 9, 9 is visibly angry, mad, very upset. And when he goes to pick them up and it's like, he collects himself enough. You kids, you kids enjoy your childhood and, and just have fun. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We're going to help you find your little brother and get you out of here, okay?
And you know how sometimes when a child is worried about something and then they have had their fears entirely removed because of the trust they put in you, that they completely forget that it's even a problem and go back to their naive innocence. And that's exactly what happens here. As you shout this in, Thorn continues jumping on the bed, squealing with laughter. Rosa, unable to pick up and play with her toys, is simply tracing the rooms of the dollhouse, but with a small smile on her face.
Okay. I think we should go to the basement now. Are you okay, 9?
I'm gonna kill whatever took these kids. Whatever the fuck is in there is gonna fucking die.
I will be right there with you.
What could Papa possibly do? Something so cruel. Who?
I have to imagine that the parents went to try to take care of this monster and they must be dead. And there's no way they would leave their kids.
I'm worried the story is darker, honey. Deeper
I
and
don't
darker.
think it was a monster. Margot was killed with a knife. Stab wounds. Not... They didn't look like claws, did they?
Not, I mean, they
It's hard to tell.
They looked more, the way the scraping on the ribs, it didn't because you got a decent roll. It didn't resemble claws.
So it looked probably like more metal.
More likely.
Okay. I think... Okay, let's just go.
The children seem to think there was a monster, Gloria.
Yeah.
I hope there isn't.
You hope there isn't a monster?
Yeah, I hope that I hope this whole thing is a fever dream for us all, that the kids included, and you can kind of see that he is visibly shaken and upset after seeing the kids, after seeing Margot, after trying to piece together this mystery, and I just I hope it's nothing.
Brock, it's gonna be okay. Karina's gonna go and, like, after wiping a tear, she's gonna go place her hand on Brock's arm, if he'll let her. It's gonna be okay, okay?
Ullman is touching him. Yeah, I'm okay. And he kind of like he doesn't like try to pull totally away, but he does shrink at your touch before settling.
And she's gonna gently lead him from the room, just making sure to keep his eyes forward, not where they put the skeletons, and just gently walk him towards the storage room.
As you all re-enter the room with these scattered pieces of unused furniture and a closed trunk that, even as you try not to look at it, makes its presence known to you. And yeah, there's the door. Just right there. It's not a hidden door.
Was it there before?
9, you can see in the dark. You can see everything. Did you see it?
Brock, did you see this when you were doing your thing?
I don't recall seeing this.
Okay.
When you ask 9 if he's seen the door, he's just, at this point in time, all he sees is red and is bloodthirsty at this point of, someone's got to die. I want my pound of flesh, and just bops open the door and walks down.
The door opens to a spiral staircase made of very thin and very creaky wood. And this stairwell is not large, 5 foot wide, mortared stone, descending. And 9, as you step in, it is heavily, after the first few feet, heavily covered with cobwebs. It's honestly a little easier for you to see when the flashlight isn't being shown and causing all of those cobwebs to beam white. Visibility in here is hard. You can only see about 5 feet in front of you because of how heavy the spider webs in here are.
There's so many fucking spider webs in here.
But you climb
Slash.
down and down and down.
Hey, Ethan. Before we leave the area, I'm going to be the weird one who is the last person going through, and I'm going to say into the room of nothingness, "We love you, kids. You guys have a great time." In his voice, of course, because I just broke character completely. And then I'm going to close the door behind us.
As we're walking down,
Yeah.
I want to be very cautious with where I'm setting my feet. I having such a small space, I already feel like it's difficult to pass through things with wings, and I'm nervous. I don't want to be the last one, because if I fall, I don't want to bring everyone down with me. I'm trying to like sort of stick towards the middle, go really slow, and try to brush any away before they get stuck to me.
Anyone else? Any particular things you're doing, ways you're holding yourself as you're climbing down this relatively tight and uncomfortable, and frankly unsafe, feeling stairwell?
I think at this point, Karina is white knuckling the little chimney shovel, and she looks incredibly pissed, but like a sheen of sweat has started to develop, almost like Brock, even though she's got goosebumps on her arms.
How steep are these stairs?
It's just very narrow. It's
Okay.
less that they're steep, it's just that even each step isn't that wide.
Okay.
So you feel like at any given point, a wrong step probably wouldn't send you far, since it is such a tight stairwell. You'd fall into the wall, most likely, or into your friend. But you don't feel exactly stable here.
Brock is incredibly clumsy and he's susceptible to his environment. So when we walk into the stairwell, he kind of shrinks into himself and he steadies himself, putting hands on either side. And as he breathes through his nausea, he starts to sit on the stairs and he is going to scoot down each stair. Like a boss.
Benny for that. Just because that's adorable.
Where is he in the line? Because I'm the last one in this line. I'm
You gotta wait. Or you can walk over me.
So, in your own individual ways, you begin to descend, led by 9. And it goes down and down and down, the length of the descent exaggerated by the closeness and how every single step feels precarious. But eventually, as you continue to descend, you hear something, and it begins to grow louder. Chanting. Incessant, otherworldly chanting. And you don't even see the bottom yet. The stairs creak beneath your feet. And 9, as the sound of the chanting continues to grow louder, you see the end of the staircase. And you step down into a hallway hewn out of the earth and stone, unfinished, unvarnished. And you look to your left and to your right. And for the life of you, you can't tell from what direction that chanting is coming. Thank you for listening to the City of the Crimson Tower. If you want to watch this episode, you can find it on our YouTube, Thousand Faces Cosplay. You can also go there to catch up on other past actual plays like The Wild Beyond, or you can listen to all past episodes right here. Thank you again so much for listening. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.